Hello, guys. Please join. Hello. Good evening, afternoon, or morning, depending on where you're joining us from. So please let me know in chat if you can see and hear me well. So yes, our today's communication will be through chat. So please let me know. I'd like to see. Good evening. Yeah. Wonderful. You're joining from Sudan. Thanks for letting me know. So first of all, guys, please let me know if you can see and hear me well. It's really important that our connection today stays good. All right, everybody is joining. All right, guys, so my name is Daria. Maybe you've already met. Maybe you're joining us for the very first time. Anyway, it's been a while since we met and talked about something really interesting and important. So I'm really, really glad to welcome you all, guys, today. So today we have a really exciting topic. Our webinar is called Mom, I'm Flying to Dubai. So we're going to discuss all jobs, different jobs, I would say most famous and popular ones nowadays, jobs in customer service that will help you start and prolong your career path in Middle East and join some awesome international small or big company. Right, guys, so please let me know if you can hear and see me well. And also please let me know where you're joining me from. So I really hope that today we have a great small one of our own international community like any company in Middle East. So yeah, I see Iran, wonderful. I see Sudan, great. Okay, let me know some more. Where do you guys come from? And what time is it in your country and your city? It's visible, wonderful. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, today's communication is going to be through chat. You can turn off your cameras and microphones so everybody hears everything well. From India, wonderful. You can't hear. I don't know what the problem is, guys. Please let me know if you can hear me well. Because I don't know where the problem is by my side or by yours. Romania, wonderful. 6 p.m. I see 8:30 p.m. Wonderful. Saudi Arabia. Great, guys. Indeed, such a nice international community. So yeah, please continue. It's important to get to know each other. But meanwhile, let's continue. I will tell you about us. So you guys probably know us as Chicken and Fish community for current and future aspiring flight attendants, cabin crew, which we are. But today we are also going to show you our other side. We work not only with aspiring cabin crew, but also with people of different professions and different career paths who want to reach their goals, of course, reach their dreams, but also expand their career and expand their career path. So we are the biggest online interview prep school in Eastern Europe, and now we proudly say that now we are expanding internationally. Please enter our vibrant global community where people with different career paths come together to elevate their career. So yeah, we are expanding internationally, you guys. Both in our team now we have experts from all over the world, and with you, our clients, of course, we are so proud to get to know you better, to connect to you guys better, and get lots of messages every day from our clients from all over the world who successfully passed their job interviews in aviation, but not only in aviation. Today, I'm going to share our clients' stories with you guys. So a little bit more about us, how exactly we help you to prepare for your dream job and for the job interview in your dream job. So our courses are packed with insider tips for your success. Like I've said, we've been on a world tour, figuratively speaking, diving deep into interview processes and some interview life hacks as well, interview procedures across the globe. And as a result, plenty of our clients have aced their interview to their dream jobs and are currently working in hotels, beauty salons, stretching studios, and airline companies in the UAE, while communicating with people of diverse cultural backgrounds and expanding their horizons. So, it's your turn to shine. I think so, guys. Let's make your dreams a reality. So if you visited some of our previous webinars, you probably know that I don't like to just provide you information. I don't like to just give you ready-made facts or ready-made information. I like to engage you guys as much as possible because from my experience as an educator, and it's been many years now since I started working with future inspiring cabin crew and people of other different professions. So as an educator, I know that it's easier to remember information and it's easier to make it to get this information into your long-term memory when you actually engage while receiving it, when you actually turn on your critical thinking and you don't just receive the information, but you try to question things, right? You try to engage into conversation. So that's why I have this webinar challenge for you guys. So please, during our webinar today, don't just listen, all right? Try to take notes of any new terms. So those can be terms from customer service. Today we are going to mainly talk about professions in customer service. Those can also be terms from job interviews, about the procedure of preparing to job interviews. So take notes of all the terms that you feel are necessary and useful for you in your preparation process. And at the end of the webinar, you will have the opportunity to share the list of useful vocabulary, the list of useful terms that you've taken notes of with other participants. So please, if you really fulfill this challenge, you will feel how all these terms are entering your head and you're actually thinking about how you're going to implement them into your preparation process. So, like I said, today I'm going to share a few stories of our clients, people who have already reached the destination, who have already reached the goal, and who have already walked the path that you're only starting to walk. So I think, yeah, really nothing motivates us better than success stories of people who actually did it. And motivation and discipline are both important because every day I meet people who really have a wonderful dream, have a wonderful goal, but over time it changes and you can lose motivation or your job, your personal life gets in the way and we can forget our goal sometimes or let go of it for a while. But it's really, really important to be regular and to be disciplined about it. So guys, who have just joined, yeah, I'm glad to welcome you all. My name is Daria and today we are talking about different jobs in customer service in UAE and how exactly you can join a wonderful international team working in different spheres in UAE. And now I'm going to share some of our client stories. Yeah, guys, please let me know in chat if you can't hear or see me or there are some problems. Also, throughout our webinar, I'm of course going to answer all of your questions. So yeah, you can write questions in the chat while I'm talking, all right, while I'm giving you some of the information. And remember about our webinar challenge. Take notes of all the useful webinars. So first here, I got Dina's story and I found a wonderful quote, which I think really describes life in Dubai and work in Dubai really well. So why so many people, why all of you guys aspire to work in this community? While I've been searching Dina's social media, I found this wonderful quote. So one thing I really love about Dubai is the hustle culture we have here and the opportunity to meet such skilled people in all fields of life. I think it's really true. It's a wonderful opportunity. So Dina is a fitness and well-being entrepreneur at Stretch It Out studio in downtown Dubai. So exactly in the heart of Dubai. Some of your favorite parts of the job are ability to connect to people from all over the world and help her clients stay strong and healthy. So Dina has walked all this path by herself together with the help of Chicken and Fish community. She has been learning languages with us for a while and she managed to open your own stretching studio in Dubai. Of course, this path hasn't been without challenges, but you can follow Dina on Instagram and see how's it going now. The next story I got for you guys, just a sec. is Siroj's story. So, by the way, I'm sure many of you are aspiring cabin crew and are aspiring flight attendants who are just thinking, meanwhile, while you're preparing to try yourself at different customer service fields. And many of our clients do so exactly like Siroj did. So currently, Sharosh is a flight attendant in Fly Dubai with a vast experience in customer service. But he started out working as a bellboy in a hotel in Dubai while improving his customer service skills, experience, soft and hard skills as well. And he is currently implementing his skills and experience working as cabin crew. By the way, let me guys know, do any of you want to work in hotels or at Fly Dubai? Fly Dubai is also a nice developing young company who's currently expanding their geography of flights. So yeah, many of our clients do start in at hotels, restaurants, shops, and while preparing for their future job as cabin crew. And many of them really transfer to airlines and they're happy there, but many of them stay. They really fall in love with their new role at hotels, shops, or restaurants. So who knows where this path will take you? So yeah, because it's so unpredictable, so it's important to be ready for it and develop your skills. The next one is Dash's story. So those of you who have visited our not so recent, but yeah, quite recent webinar about a cabin crew job, where we talked about advantages and disadvantages of this profession, how to apply and what skills you need. I've told you, I've shared Dasha's story there. So Dasha works at Fly Dubai as well. So Dasha's story is a journey to her dream job through three job interviews and work in the hotel in Abu Dhabi. So Dasha's story is a great illustration and example that the path in this interesting path towards your dream job is never easy. Many of our clients go to three, four, even five, I'm not kidding, even five job interviews, unsuccessful job interviews before getting a job. So it's totally normal. I always tell you, never give up. If it is really your dream, if it is really your goal, work on yourself. Rejections are a part of that, definitely. So for now, life in Dubai, working for a young developing company, and meeting people from all over the world are parts of Dasha's life. She also has a lot of free time for hobbies, self development, and training for a new job. Right now, Dasha is trying herself as a stretching coach at Dina's stretching studio. Dina, I told you about her before. So you see how Chicken and Fish community connects people. They found each other through Chicken and Fish community. So I will read some of your messages. So many of you would like to work with Emirates, right? As cabin crew. Good, yeah, we are going to talk a bit about cabin crew job today for sure. But also let me know if you'd like to try yourself in other customer service jobs. It can be useful for your experience as well. One more story I'd like to share with you guys is Regina's story. Regina is currently a successful nail artist in Dubai, working with VIP clients in a successful nail salon in Dubai. The tips are quite good, Regina shared with us, and she is currently learning four languages with chicken and fish and preparing for the job interview in Emirates. So yeah, many of our clients proceed and progress from other jobs to the job of cabin. All right, then I'd like to remind you, maybe you feel a little bit overwhelmed right now after all these various stories of success, which haven't been without fail. So please don't feel overwhelmed. I remind you that we help you prepare for all aspects of the interview process. Today we are going to discuss the main interview process in different jobs in customer service as well. But I also like to offer you live online English study sessions for those who feel a little insecure about their English level who just want to practice and role play the main questions for the upcoming interview. So all levels are accepted with us, guys. and one study session lasts for 50 minutes. So some of the advantages I would say of individual live study sessions is that schedule and program will be arranged exactly according to your guys' needs and goals. I realize that all of you have such various experience in customer service currently, various needs and various goals. That's why we arrange our study sessions exactly according to your goals. Whether you want to work as a nail artist, a flight attendant, a receptionist at a hotel, or a hostess, we arrange the studying program exactly according to your needs. We use wonderful textbooks and our own platforms to help you prepare. Also, of course, not only for the interview process itself, but also we help you prepare all the necessary documents and all the necessary steps that come before the interview, such as preparing your CV, video resume, which you know is necessary and a great benefit in many companies, and also your cover letter. So you won't be left alone, so to speak. Our coaches and our specialists will help you with all the necessary steps of your job interview process. Because the key point of successful job interview is not only your English skills, it's also your confidence. I would say first and foremost, it is your confidence and how you present yourself. No matter what the job is, it is really important to present yourself with confidence, have a successful CV as well, because like we today going to discuss, many of the jobs and many of the companies host the job interviews online nowadays. That means in order to get invited to the job interview itself, you really need to have a strong, successful CV. We are going to help you with that. So, whether you want to work on your English skills and really study and improve your vocabulary and your grammar base, or you just want to practice and role play some of the job interview scenarios and some of the job interview steps, or you'd like to hear some life hacks about passing the job interview, we are here to help you. So please text us. I'm going to share our contact at the end of the webinar. Text us to get to know our services better and how we can be useful for you. All right. Any more new? Okay, I think I'm going to read the chat later. You can ask me more questions if you wish. Now, let's finally talk about these different jobs in customer service, but first of all, in general, why so many people are willing to work in Middle East and willing to relocate to the Middle East in order to work there and start their career from there. And why are you willing to relocate is exactly one of the most famous and also can be the one of the trickiest questions as well at the job interview. So now I'd like you guys to share with me in the chat why you are willing to relocate, whether you want to work as a cabin crew or in other jobs. Why are you willing to relocate? Why are you willing to live in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, or in Doha? And here, while discussing this question, we are going to discuss the main advantages of working in the Middle East. Please also let me know what are the main advantages for you guys. Here you can be honest with the recruiter. You can't it is important to be honest, it is important to be sincere, but let's admit it, you can't always be 100% honest. You can stay professional, you have to stay professional and focus only on the professional advantages that you see in the relocation and in joining this company. But here, let's talk heart to heart. What do you think are the main advantages of working in the Middle East? I'm going to share some of those with you. So first of all, it's tax-free salary. Salary is, of course, a great part, and I think one of the main reasons for joining any job, of course. Next, these are fast developing countries, and there is constant need for a skilled workforce, and they are open to accepting workforce and employees from various airlines and from all over the world, from various countries and from all over the world. Next, it is of course an opportunity to apply for a job and pass an interview fully online. So nowadays, of course, it is a great plus. Many companies, gyms, restaurants, hotels, airline companies as well. If we talk about airline companies, Etihad has been conducting online interviews for a while. Now they start to open their offline interviews as well, but they have been conducting their online interviews for a while, and many of our clients from all over the world passed the interview online and then joined the company. This is, I think it's one of the greatest pluses, really. You can pass the job interview from the comfort of your home and then join the company. And it brings us to the next advantage is that unlike other ways to work abroad, of course, we have some others such as au-pair program, work and travel. But unlike these programs, unlike these opportunities to work abroad, the employer in the Middle East will pay for your relocation and transportation. Really, not all programs and not all companies from other countries do that, but most companies, the majority of the companies in Middle East do that. They pay for your relocation and transportation. Now some say that companies prefer to hire individuals who already live in Dubai, who already are residents of the UAE, live in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi. It can be the case with some companies, but I can say for sure from the experience of my clients that most companies they really don't care. Of course they do, but if you fit their requirements, if they like your candidacy, if they like your CV, and if they like your personality and how you passed the job interview, they are going to pay for your relocation and transportation and get you there and help you join the company. And when you have already joined the company, they also provide free quality accommodation and housing allowance. Now, please look carefully at these terms. Maybe some of them are new for you, and certainly many of them are really useful for you. For example, housing allowance. Now, many companies provide you with accommodation with a place to live in. Some companies don't do that, but they provide you with money to rent a flat or to rent a home, right, instead. So once again, I know that many of you are aspiring cabin crew. So if we talk about airline companies, Emirates provides you with accommodation, and Fly Dubai, for example, provides you with housing allowance. And it can be even better because here you are not tied to just one place. You're not required to live with other cabin crew. You are paying for your own place and you are renting your own place. And another plus is, of course, very fast relocation and start of your career abroad. Now, I would say it is really important because many of you who are applying for jobs now, who are looking for a job, I'm sure you're looking for fast start of this job. You're not ready to wait for months. So, and many companies do provide you with that. But of course, it can be different. One of my clients has joined a hotel, and when she, in the process of passing the job interview, when she passed the job interview finally, they let her know that she is welcome to join the hotel in a few months because that hotel was only opening. It was a brand new hotel and it wasn't opened yet. It hasn't started operating yet. So that was the case. But with the majority of companies, you're going to start your work in a few weeks. For example, with Emirates, if we talk about airline companies again, with Emirates, it is usually quite fast. With some airline companies, you will have to wait and be really patient. For example, with Etihad. With Etihad, the waiting period between the stages, the interview stages, can be quite long. It can take up to a few months or even half a year, but they are going to reply to you. Just know that with this company, you really, really have to be patient. So, guys, I would say these are the main advantages of joining a company in the Middle East and relocating from your home country. What do you guys think? Which are the main advantages for you? What seems the most attractive for you about joining a company in the Middle East. Now, like I said, today we are going to mostly talk about low to the ground jobs, but about cabin crew a little bit as well. Let's see what are top professions nowadays where you can try yourself with the basic experience in customer service and basic skills. Please add a few to the list. Tell me what is your dream job, but I can share with you top professions that our clients are eager to join and start working in. So first of all, it's of course hotel staff, different positions in a hotel. Restaurant staff, different positions at the restaurant. These are waitresses, these are hostesses, these are chefs as well, of course, if you have certain skills and experience. Beauty industry is extremely popular. So these are nail artists, these are makeup artists, and actually, yeah, many of the jobs belong to beauty industry. Let me know what is your dream job in the beauty industry, if any. This is real estate. Yeah, many of our clients have joined this career path. Cabin crew, of course, I see that many of you would like to work in this sphere. And this is business aviation, which is a separate sphere in itself. I would say it is still aviation, you're still going to be cabin crew, but business aviation is so different. In some aspects, it is really different from regular cabin crew who work for large airline companies. So let me know if any of you are aspiring cabin crew of business aviation. Good. I see that some of you would like to work as cabin crew, as hotel staff. Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for letting me know. If you want to work as cabin crew, let me know what company is that. Now, when we establish the top jobs and top professions that you can try yourself in, let's have a look at ways to look and apply for a job. I'm sure it can be a challenging thing, yeah, especially if we don't know what sources we can trust. So today I'm going to share with you some trustworthy sources that you can try while looking for a job in aviation or in other industries. So first of all is the site Coconut Jobs. So many of my clients and also one of my closest friends I found their jobs in customer service in Dubai on the Coconut Jobs website. So there you can search for different jobs in customer service. You just need to type in the job title or look at the popular vacancies and read the vacancies. Today we are going to do just that. It's important to read the vacancy very carefully and see what skills they look for in the candidates and what you need to be ready for. Another way to look for a job is the official website of the company. Now, it goes for really large and famous companies. So here I found you a Chanel website. It goes as well for the airline companies, for example, for Emirates. Now, when we open the company's website, it's important to look for the part of the website which is dedicated to work at this company. Now I open this for you, so it's important to type the exact location where you'd like to see the open vacancies. So I type Dubai here in United Arab Emirates, and here are a few vacancies and a few positions that are available at Chanel. So this way you can find a job in large companies. I would say it's the most secure way, I think, most trustworthy, right? You don't pay any agencies, you just contact the company directly. The same goes for Emirates or other airline companies. It's always possible to apply for the airline company job as cabin crew on the company website. So I know that some of our clients try different agencies to help them find a job. Now, there are some local agencies in various countries that help you find a job in both aviation and in other customer service spheres. But it's important that you trust these agencies. So they can check your CV for you, they can help an additional job interview to make sure that you have all the necessary skills so they can help you throughout the way. But it is performed, of course, for additional pay, so please make sure that you trust these agencies. Once again, the most secure way is to apply to the company directly and see where they are holding the recruitment events at the moment. Look for your city or your country or nearby city and or country and visit the assessment day or open day there. Now, when we've found the right way to look for a job for us, we need to read the vacancy, like I told you, read the vacancy and read the description of the position carefully, especially the requirements, what the employer would like to see in you as a candidate. Because according to that, you will need to make your CV, tailor your CV, and also answer the questions at the job interview according to the requirements that this position has. Now, I found some of the top vacancies and top positions on the site Coconut Jobs. So I'd like to show you how it actually looks and what you need to look out for. Now, this is a position of a waiter or a waitress in Saudi Arabia. Now you can see the salary, of course, and the job time and how many vacancies are available. Please look out for what the company provides to you when you're going to join the company. Like I said, the majority of companies, small and big in the Middle East, they try to provide you with everything necessary. So look, this company provides us with accommodation, so that's great. With the flight ticket, so they're going to get you there with insurance, transportation, meals, tips. What else is important, I think, is career progression. Now, career progression is a very important point of the job and a very important thing to mention at the job interview as well. So, the career progression is the ability to move up the career ladder, right, and progress in the company. Now, the recruiter in airline company or any other company can ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years, for example? And here, of course, it's important to talk not about your personal life, that you see yourself with a big family, having 3 kids. It's important to talk about your professional life, where you see yourself in 5 years. It's better to say that you see yourself working for the company, whether it's Emirates or a restaurant or a hotel. You can also show that you see yourself really progressing up the career ladder and that you see yourself as a senior cabin crew or purser. But be careful with that. In Emirates, it takes quite a long time. It takes around 7 or 8 years to become a purser. So don't rush it. Don't show it that it's your only goal, but show that you are going to be loyal to the company and you would like to progress in your career. Let's have a look at another vacancy and another position, which is a host or a hostess. And the things that this company provides to us is once again accommodation, flight ticket, insurance, transportation, meals, also training and development. The majority of the companies as well, they are going to um, sort of trust you to stay with the company once again for a long time. So they are going to work on your training and development. It goes for all major airlines as well. So all major airlines such as Emirates, Etihad, Fly Dubai, they have wonderful training centers. So you're going to train for a couple of months usually, and you're going to acquire all the necessary skills for the job. So you're going to have all necessary professional training and development. So the company spends a lot of money on you as a professional, as their employee. So it's important for them that you stay long with them. How you can search for these positions is the site Coconut Jobs, which I earlier shared with you guys. So yes, please take notes of all necessary information that I share with you. So yes, this is the site Coconut Jobs. And yeah, like I showed, you just look for vacancies in there or see what vacancies are popular. You can type in the job title. Now, these were the positions of waiter, hostess. This one, I believe, is a vacancy or a position of a chef. So if any of you have some special training in some, so to speak, special spheres of customer service for which you definitely need experience or training, it's important to apply for these jobs in the Middle East as well. So here, I would like to draw your attention to the requirements to the candidate now, to the skills that are necessary for this job. Now, look carefully. For a chef, it's interesting. It's required to be or to have to possess creativity, organization skills, problem solving skills, teamwork skills, time management, and be able to work under pressure. Now, guys, these are the same exact skills that are listed on every airline company website and that you're required to have as a flight attendant. So, you can see from that these are soft skills, right? They belong to your personality type, and soft skills, they are pretty much similar or pretty much the same for every other job in customer service. Of course, there are special skills, there are practical skills. For example, as a chef, you need to be able to prepare meals, right? Or have the knowledge of different cuisines. But you first and foremost you need to possess these wonderful soft skills. So please put these soft skills into your CV when you are applying to any job in customer service, and you can make sure, you can be sure with that your CV will be accepted and you will be invited to the job interview. Yeah, we will try to share the links with you on our Telegram channel, but there is a chance that these exact vacancies are not available anymore. So you can just search the site for similar vacancies as well. And these are a few requirements what you need to do at a job. Also read them carefully when you are applying to the job to make sure that you are able to perform all these requirements and all these responsibilities. Also look out for experience. With some companies, with some airline or other companies, you are not required to have any experience at all or only experience in customer service, not in aviation, for example, because the company trains you for everything. But for some companies, you are required to have a certain number of years of experience. And at the job interview, it's important to be able to share how many years of experience you have. Guys, please try not to draw anything. Thank you. So yeah, a little life hack I'd like to share with you is that airline companies, for example, Emirates, they don't perform a background check. Usually they don't contact your previous employer. So they are not going to check if you really possess all these work experience that you've listed in your CV. So you can expand your work experience a little bit. You can add a few details, but I don't encourage lying. And I'd like to remind you that you really need to be able to describe this job in detail and to describe this work experience that you've listed on your CV in detail. You need to be able to share a few situations from your previous job and so on. So this goes for experience. And one more vacancy I'd like to have a look at and the skills that are required here. This is a vacancy of a bartender. Bartender working at the bar, probably. So skills that are required are communication skills, creativity, being proactive, being able to work under pressure, teamwork skills. So all the same soft skills that are necessary for all various jobs in customer service. Look out for them and put them on your CV. And a few more useful skills from another vacancy, there are more of them. These are adaptability, flexibility, confidence in being self-motivated. By the way, this interesting thing here, also many of the vacancies list which languages you should be fluent in. It is always English, of course, so welcome to our courses. We help you with your English skills so you feel fluent and confident. But also, very often, there are some other languages that you need to be fluent in. So, this is a great way to find your community in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi or in other cities in the UAE. You can actually find your community, people from your country, because Dubai is now so international. But you are always required to be fluent in English. So, try to work on it. And of course, let's have a look at the vacancy in Emirates. So I'm sure that most of you know about the main requirements for the position of cabin crew. This is who the Emirates is looking for. Once again, please make sure to put all these qualities and all these skills in your CV. Put them as keywords. So the Emirates computer program finds these keywords in your CV and they invite you to the job interview. It's important to include all the qualities they are looking for and all the qualifications and skills. Now, I talked a lot about CV, so let's talk about it a bit more. I talked a lot about the importance of it. Actually, recently or even a while ago, we had a big webinar regarding your CV for the aviation companies, airline companies, and these are all the same requirements, all the same guidelines for your CV that go pretty much for all jobs in customer service. Today we are going to briefly revise them, but please let me know if you'd like to see another big webinar regarding your CV and if you need any more help with your CV. Okay, yes, I will have a look at this question now. I got rejected after final interview. I think it's because I have Iranian passport. Is it true that they don't hire Iranian people with Iranian passports? Guys, there are many rumors regarding, I'm sure we talk about Emirates here, right? Now, there are some rumors regarding Emirates and different nationalities. So I've heard rumors like Emirates doesn't like to hire Russian male candidates, only male candidates from Russia, because they think that they are not very handsome and not very attractive. You know that appearance and grooming standards are a huge deal in the aviation industry. So we heard this rumor, and as for the statistics, it might be harder for male candidates from Russia to pass the job interview successfully, or there are other rumors about other nationalities as well, but they are all that is. They are just rumors because we never know for sure. Of course, there is no like open statement from Emirates about that they don't accept people of certain candidates or they don't accept people of certain genders from certain countries. There are many features and aspects that contribute to your ability to pass the interview successfully. It is your appearance, your ability to pass the grooming standards, it is your language skills, these are your soft and hard skills, this is your confidence. I've had so many wonderful clients with vast experience in customer service, with wonderful language skills, with wonderful various other skills, but they're not confident enough, they're too shy, they have closed body language, so it is harder for them to pass even the first steps. Sometimes the candidates are left confused after the interview. They say, I followed all the dress code requirements, I dressed according to the Emirates requirements, my hairstyle and my makeup was according to the Emirates requirements. I was friendly, I was polite, I was smiling the whole time, but they didn't accept me. Instead, they accepted people who didn't follow their requirements at all, who wore red skirts to the interview, who didn't have any makeup, who barely spoke English, and they accepted them. Now, there is a point, and I believe it's the right one, that sometimes recruiters do that. They accept unexpected candidates who don't follow some of the requirements because first they see something in them, something that is more important than their English skills, even than the dress code requirements. They see that their personality really matches their requirements. And secondly, they don't want you guys, they don't want the crowd and the majority of us to know what exact guidelines they have according to which they accept candidates. They don't want us to know their exact process, right, of accepting and choosing the candidates. Many of it stays remains a secret. We know the main requirements, we know how we have to dress, and we know how we have to behave, but some of it does remain a secret because it is their personal process of choosing the candidate. The one thing I know for sure is that Emirates are perfectionists. They like when all little details are perfect in your photos. Please make sure to visit professional photo studio to take your photos for the CV. They like to see perfect photos, they like to see perfect CV, they like to see perfect hairstyle most of the time. So yeah, and it might be easier to pass the job interview in other airline companies which are more relaxed, which are more open-minded. For example, like Etihad. Recruiters from Etihad shared at the recent job interviews, assessment days, that you guys don't have to go to the professional photo studio. You can take your photos at home. It's important that you like them. It's important that you are satisfied with them. So you see, this company is more relaxed and chilled and open-minded. So I always say, try yourself at different companies, try yourself at different spheres too. You never know where you will find yourself. So yeah, regarding the nationality, we never know for sure. Sometimes, yeah, it's just that they have enough people of some nationality, and they are focusing more on other countries and on people of other nationalities, right? Sometimes we see that in some months we see many assessment days only in Europe, like mostly in the UK, and zero assessment in other countries, right, in other cities. It means that they need more people of certain nationality. It can be the case, but I always tell you, when you see the chance and when you see the opening and when you see the date of the interview in a country or a city close by, just try yourself, right? Give yourself a chance. You never know. You need to try and see how it goes. The same goes for scars, right, and other physical features or health problems. You never know for sure. Nobody can tell you for sure if you can get accepted with this small scar or not, right? You need to go and try. Doesn't matter where we go for the assessment days. Like I can attend the assessment in Turkey and Dubai. Well, it can matter only regarding the number of participants. For example, in most European countries and cities, there are usually fewer participants than in other places. So it means it can be more relaxed, right? And maybe you can have more chances there. So some people consider it to be the case. In Turkey, I know that there are usually not so many participants as well, but it can really depend. For example, in Dubai, the assessments are held every week, right? So there should be not so many participants because the assessment days are so frequent, but sometimes they do have large numbers of participants as well. So again, we never know, but if you like to see fewer participants at the assessment day, you can consider some European countries, but for Turkey, I would say goes the same, usually not so many participants. Can I travel to another country to attend an assessment day without waiting for 3 months? Well, that is a tricky question. I know that many of our clients and many candidates do that, but I'd like to remind you that it remains a risk because it is a general rule and a general requirement to wait this cooling period to wait these 3 months. And earlier, guys, I don't know if you remember this, but earlier it was 6 months, right? You had to wait for 6 months after your unsuccessful attempt. And now it's only 3 months. And one life hack, it's only 1 month if you failed an English test. If you were eliminated after an English test at the Emirates, you can wait only 1 month, work on your English, and try again. But if you were eliminated after the final interview, you have to wait 3 months. Now, some candidates try to go earlier, and sometimes it is successful, but once again, you never know. Sometimes there are cases when they have the same recruiters, they meet the same recruiter. Now, of course, if you travel to another country, maybe you won't, but you never know. They have a base, they see their applicants. Sometimes it is successful, sometimes it works really for some reason, but from my point, I wouldn't advise that. I would advise you to wait for 3 months. Okay, guys, you have so many questions about the cabin crew job interview process. I hope it's interesting for you to talk about other jobs as well, because mostly our webinar today focuses on other jobs in customer service. So please, if you have any questions about other jobs, ask me as well. But really, I don't mind. I don't mind answering questions about cabin crew job, of course. Just like to remind you, if you have questions about other jobs in customer service, other positions in Middle East, if you'd like to consider working in other sphere before your work as a cabin crew, so please, you can also ask me questions about that. If you were eliminated from the second group discussion, I also advise you to wait for 3 months. So is there any other job that give us free accommodation? Yeah, of course, of course. Like I told you, please look at this part here, right? Under the word provides. I remind you, is the site Coconut Jobs. You can look there for many jobs in customer service. Look at this part here, provides, and see if this company provides accommodation. So if accommodation is listed there, then they do. Yeah, and you can be safe and sound and sure that they provide accommodation. Sometimes they provide housing allowance. It means together with your salary every month, they provide you money for your accommodation. Now let's proceed. We started talking about CVs, right? So today we talk about them only briefly. So I'd like to draw your attention to the layout of the CV. Now, this is the general trend and the general guideline to put the information in two columns like that. On the left, there's usually all additional information like your education, languages, contact information, personal information, and skills. And the biggest part, the second column, is usually dedicated to your work experience. Now, make sure to describe your work experience, your previous jobs, according not to the things you did, right? Not your responsibilities. For example, if you were a waitress, don't say, I welcomed my guests, I helped them choose a drink or choose a meal. It is clear, right? It is clear what a waitress does. Try to describe this job according to your achievements. What have you achieved at this job? What were you good at? And what skills you demonstrated. For example, you demonstrated your ability to work in a team, you demonstrated your ability to stay cool under pressure. Now these are important skills to highlight throughout your CV. Make sure to do that, and if you need help with your CV, please let us know and we'll be happy to help you on our sessions. Now let's proceed to the interview process itself. Like we said, very often in various jobs, we have the opportunity nowadays to pass the interview fully online. With some airline companies as well, we have the opportunity to pass the interview online. For example, with Air Arabia, with some companies and with some airline companies, we do have to go to the offline interview, but the processes are very often similar. So we know that many companies and many airline companies like to put you into groups. So you show your work skills and teamwork skills. But exactly every company has this personal interview or final interview stage where you are required to answer any questions about yourself, personal questions and professional questions. And we can divide them into groups. So the first group is your self presentation, questions focusing on your skills and on your self presentation. You will face these questions in any airline company and in any company in customer service. These are very basic questions that help the recruiter see what kind of candidate you are. Now, some of these questions include: tell me about yourself and introduce yourself. Why do you think you will do well at this job? What can you contribute to our company? Why should we hire you? What can you do for us that some other candidates can't? What are your strengths and weaknesses? And why do you want to work for exactly our company? Now, some of these questions sound quite tricky, so please let me know, how do you think we should answer these questions? For example, what can you contribute to our company? Or why do you think you will do well at this job? Or why should we hire you? So what should we focus on, do you think, when we answer these questions? Please let me know in the chat. I will provide you with my idea from my experience now. So for these questions, you definitely need to focus once again on your soft and hard skills and on your experience that make you unique candidate. So really think hard what kind of experience and what kind of skills you have that are relevant for this job. Even if you were a teacher or a medical worker, these jobs do not belong to customer service directly. But I'm sure that they teach you lots and lots of useful skills that can be useful for a flight attendant or for some other jobs in customer service as well. So focus on those skills. Focus on the relevant experience and relevant skills that you have. Now, the next part of questions that we can highlight are questions regarding your experience. Like I said, in most airline companies and in most other companies, you are required to have some number of years of customer service experience. So please be ready to answer any questions about your previous or current jobs, such as: what are the responsibilities of your job? Why are you leaving your job, or why did you quit your job? What have you learned from the mistake that you made? What features did you like the most? And what challenges did you face at the previous job? Now, like I said, if you do not have much experience or you would like to expand it a little bit, you can add a few months of experience to your CV. In most airline companies, recruiters do not check that, but you need to be ready to answer any questions about this job. All right, so be ready to describe the responsibilities of the job, the reasons for leaving it, and what you liked about it. If we talk about the reasons for leaving the job, I'd like to remind you to not be negative. Do not mention any conflicts at your previous job, right? With colleagues or clients. Do not say that your job is boring. One of my clients was rejected uh, after her job interview with Emirates because she shared that she felt her current job was boring. Her current job was not connected with customer service, but still, it is important to remain positive about any job that you perform. Focus on the good stuff. Focus on what you're grateful for to this job, and then state that you're ready to grow and you're ready to move on and you're ready to work on your other skills and qualities with the company that you are applying for. Now, the next group of questions we can highlight are questions about the future. I already shared a few of these questions with you guys. These are your plans for the future and how you see yourself professionally in the future. Now, these questions are: Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How long do you plan to stay in the company? And how do you see your career growth in the future? So I already shared with you that here it's important to show that you're going to be loyal for the company. Because like I said, the majority of companies, they contribute to your education, right? They contribute to your training, so they want to know that they are not wasting their money and that they are not wasting their time on you. They want to make sure that you are going to be loyal to their company, that you are going to stay with them for a long time. So it's important to show your long term involvement with the company. Okay, so yeah, you can state how you see your career growth with the company, or yeah, how you see yourself staying with the company for 5 years or longer. Now, another very important, I would say one of the most important groups and one of the most popular questions, a few of the most popular questions on the job interviews in airline companies and other companies are situational questions. Here, the recruiter requires you to tell them about the time when, and that can be really various situations. They can ask you, tell me about the time when you helped someone. Tell me about the time when you provided excellent service. Tell me about the time when you worked under pressure. Tell me about the time when you successfully worked in a team, and so on. Some of them are quite tricky, but it's important to remember the exact situation from your work experience and describe it in detail, but not too much detail. It's important to focus on all the necessary information and highlight what skills you demonstrated in that situation and what helped you deal with that specific situation. So the first question, tell me about the time when you provided excellent customer service. Emirates, they ask almost everyone this question. Imagine almost all of their candidates have to answer this question. It means that they have heard all possible situations and all possible answers. So you really need to try to be unique here. You really need to impress them here. Really think of the situation when you exceeded your customer expectations, right? When you did something special for your customer that they didn't ask you for, that they didn't expect from you, when you really, really provided some special customer service. So, for such questions, we have a specific strategy how to answer them, and yeah, we always practice this strategy on our sessions, so it is easy for you guys to answer questions like that, and it is easy for you to remember all the necessary details. Also, please always be ready for any additional questions. So actually, anything you share at the job interview, it can be anything. If you tell about your hobbies, or you tell about your previous job, or you tell about the time you helped someone, be ready to answer any additional questions that this question, this answer, or this situation may raise in the recruiter. So if you tell about the time when you really impressed one of your clients and provided excellent service, the recruiter can ask you, why do you feel that you provided excellent service in that situation? What have you learned from this situation? And so on. So yeah, at our sessions, if you feel secure with your English skills, but just really want to role play all the possible questions and all the possible situations, at our sessions we always try to sort of replicate and recreate the atmosphere of the job interview. And I like to practice this mock interview with my clients, where I play the role of the recruiter and really, really inspect all their answers and ask them various additional questions. Now, the next group we can highlight is checking your willingness and ability to relocate. Now, we've already established that work in the Middle East, for many of you, it is connected to relocation. So, some questions that can arise here is, are you ready to relocate? Do you have the experience of adapting to a new culture? What does your family think about your career choice and your desire to relocate? What challenges can you face while adapting to Arab culture? And what do you know about Arab culture, especially when you come from a completely different culture, right? Or especially if you don't have any experience of relocation currently. If you do have such experience, try to highlight it. Try to highlight that you have similar experience that will help you adapt this time as well. Also, the question about family and friends is quite tricky. Here is important to, of course, answer positively. The recruiter asks that because they want to make sure that you're not going to leave after a few months because your mom misses you or your wife or your husband doesn't like you working in aviation, flying a lot, being away from home, or just doesn't like you relocating and living in another country. Please try to be positive and show that your family supports your choice and you can stay in touch with them and they can always visit you. So really be positive here and show that you are an independent person and you are not going to give up on your job because of your family. And the final group I'd like to highlight are questions checking your expertise. Now, here I try to list questions from various fields. These are professional questions that um, are required to highlight all necessary experience that you have for the job. So I've listed various questions from different fields. You can read through them. So here the recruiter wants to see what professional experience you have for the job. So if you are applying for the work of a chef, for the job of a chef, so of course expect questions about food and cuisines. If you are applying for the position of a nail artist, of course expect questions about that. So be ready to present your expertise. If you are just applying for the job general job in customer service or for the position of a flight attendant where you don't need to have any specific experience or aviation experience, just expect questions about your, once again, experience and skills in customer service. Now, guys, this is actually really valuable information I've just shared with you. These are real examples of relevant questions that you can be asked at any interview for customer service job. I really tried to list all the most relevant questions that our clients shared with us throughout the years and very recently. So yeah, look through these questions, make sure that you can answer them. If you are unsure, we are here to help you. So please tell me if you have any questions about anything that I shared because our webinar is coming to an end. So please, if you have any more questions about customer service jobs in the Middle East, aviation jobs, please let me know. I will try to answer them. But once again, I'd like to remind you that we help you prepare for all aspects of the interview process. So we provide you live online English study sessions if you are a bit insecure about your language skills, but also if you'd like to just practice some of the questions, scenarios, role play scenarios, or other stages of the job interview with our experts. I remind you that we are Chicken and Fish community. We have been working for years with current and aspiring cabin crew and people of different other career paths. So we help you prepare for all the major airlines abroad and in your country. And for other jobs in customer service, we always try to stay up to date about the interview process for different jobs in customer service. And we will be happy to help you with all the necessary documents for your application as well, such as your CV and your cover letter. Please contact us if you'd like to see more information about the services we provide. Now, I will try to read through the questions. I went to the Emirates interview on the 26th of May, and now they're coming to my country on the 17th. Do you think it's a problem if there is a difference of a few days until it's exactly 3 months? Now, Carly, it's really hard to say because the requirement does say exactly 3 months for a cooling period. But like I told you, really, a few of my clients and I know other candidates who tried to go to the job interview before the ending of the cooling period and were successful. They went much earlier to a different country for the job interview and they were successful. It didn't turn out to be a problem. For some of them, unfortunately, it did, and the recruiters asked them questions why they came earlier. Sometimes, also, unfortunately, the recruiters say at the very beginning of the job interview, if you have come before the end of your cooling period, please leave immediately and come next time. So they don't even consider such candidates. And of course, I understand that it doesn't seem very critical when it is only a few days, but the airline companies, especially the ones like Emirates, they do like to see you following all the instruction and all the details exactly. So I would say it is up to you. The requirement says 3 months, so I would advise you to wait for 3 months, but it is up to you. And it is up to the recruiter actually as well. The recruiters are also very different, and actually your outcome at the job interview does depend on the recruiter a lot. Some recruiters are very extremely friendly and extremely welcoming and really want to see you passing the job interview successfully. Some of them help the candidates a lot. They give them even their shoes for the photo. They help them with their CVs and so on. They really are really welcoming and really eager for you to join the company. But if you're passing the job interview in other country, not in Dubai, all these recruiters they are constantly in contact with the Dubai team, and the final decision is up to them. So it is up to you if you follow the requirements completely. I always advise to do so. May I know online interview job? Online interview job is what do you mean by that? You mean where, for what jobs, for what positions you can pass the interview online? So if you mean jobs in airline companies, I can tell you for sure what airline companies are hosting interviews online currently. Currently, there's for sure Air Arabia. For a long time, it was Etihad, but now it seems like they are passing to the offline interview process again. So it's important to stay up to date. It's important to see their website. I know that lately they have been focusing on the offline interviews, but we never know. They might be hosting online interviews soon again. Fly Dubai hosts the first step, the first stage online, but for the second stage, you will have to go to Dubai. If we talk about other jobs in other companies, actually many of them host the interviews online. Many of my clients, I am really telling you the truth, many of my clients have successfully passed the job interviews in hotels completely online and have joined the hotels. Also for gyms, I know a few clients who have passed the job interview successfully working in a gym and also joined the company. So actually for many jobs in Middle East, companies are open-minded about the job interview process and focus on candidates from different countries, so they do host interviews online. But some companies prefer a more traditional format, so it is important to look for a job and to see the requirements and to see the interview formats. If you're not sure, you can always contact the HR team and they're going to answer all of your questions. So regarding the interview process as well. So please check different positions and also text the HR team. They're going to reply to you. Hmm. How long is Emirates going to hire cabin crew? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you mean the frequency of the assessment days, they are pretty frequent and regular, and they regularly hire new cabin crew and new candidates all over the world and in Dubai constantly for many years, except some situations like a global pandemic where it was a pause in offline interviews, but then Emirates hired online, so they constantly hire new candidates. As far as I know, Fly Dubai is hiring now, but it can be. harder to Hmm, apply through their official website. You need to check it. I know that many of my clients apply through some local agencies that help you find a job. But as far as I know, yes, Fly Dubai is also regularly looking for new candidates and new cabin crew. I passed the first step with Etihad, and they sent me an email for video assessment. They said the website will not work on mobile data, so I said I'm going to try, and it worked, and I submitted it. After 1 week, I checked my Etihad career. My application was not there. Do you believe there was the problem using mobile data? It's hard to say. Honestly, I haven't faced this situation before. But I'm positive it could be. If they told you it's not going to work, maybe it only seemed it was working, but in the end it wasn't. I think you should just try again using Wi-Fi now, so you know for sure whether it's going to work. Is there a course or an online meeting which I can attend in order to pass my final interview for the next time? Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean courses in our online school, of course, please text us and we are going to help you meet with your chicken and fish expert who is going to organize a mock interview with you or an English session, study session, depends on what you do really like, to help you prepare for your job interview process. If you mean online interview process in the company, I believe I have already told about that, right? So it depends on the company, but many of them do post online interviews. So I think these are all questions for now. Let me know if you have any more questions. But now let's proceed to our webinar challenge. So at the beginning of the webinar, I asked you to take notes of all the useful vocabulary that you hear throughout our webinar. It can be vocabulary and terms regarding job interview preparation process, the job interview itself, or different customer service jobs. So now it's high time to share your list of useful vocabulary and useful terms from the webinar. Please don't be shy. Share in the chat. What useful words have you taken notes of throughout our webinar? If anyone wants to work as a cabin crew with a charter airline, do they need experience working as a cabin crew, or is it okay to have experience in any other customer service industry? That is an interesting question. Usually, for airlines, from my experience, I would say they do require you to have already cabin crew certificate and experience working as cabin crew. Many of them do not have training colleges and do not train you for the job, so they want you to already have certain experience. But it's always important to check a specific company that you'd like to apply for, so you can be sure 100%. But usually smaller airlines, right, they do not have training centers, so you are required to have your aviation experience in some other airline or a cabin crew certificate from special aviation school. But with all the major airlines, they all have training centers, so you can be safe. You need to just have experience in customer service industry. So guys, any useful terms from the webinar? I can share with you the ones I think are the most useful. So first of all, accommodation, free accommodation and housing allowance. These are the things you need to look out for. In the sector provides, if you want to make sure that the company provides you with accommodation or with money to rent a flat or a room to live in. Next, I would say soft and hard skills. These are the things you need to really focus on in your CV in order to get accepted for any job in customer service. Soft and hard skills, such as adaptable, flexible, team player, please focus on them. Career progression, that's right, for sure, thank you. Career progression is a great thing that you really, I'm sure you dream about to progress in the job of your choice. And also, it's a thing that you need to mention at the job interview if you want to show that you're going to be loyal to the company and you really want to see yourself progressing in their company. So, guys, these are a few of the useful terms. So, that was our little useful webinar. Not so little, right? A very useful webinar, I hope, for those who aspire to work in customer service. Please take notes. I hope you've taken notes of everything we discussed today. I really tried to answer all your questions about cabin crew positions and other customer service jobs. I really hope it was useful. Please think about everything we've discussed and get ready to start your journey towards your dream job. If you need help on your way, and I'm sure you do, if you feel a little overwhelmed or don't know where to start, text our manager and join our vibrant, international, big chicken and fish community. These are our contacts. Please don't lose them. Subscribe to our social media. Very often, always, we share with you guys upcoming news for upcoming assessment events in different airline companies. We let you know about all the changes in different companies in customer service and airline companies as well. And we also very often invite you to free webinars like this one, where we share lots and lots of useful information with you. So please make sure to join our vibrant community, and I will be really glad to see you at our future meetings and sessions and webinars and at our live sessions. I will be really glad to see you guys. So please have a great evening or a great day and good luck. Lots of luck on your way to your dream job. I wish you all the best. Thank you for your kind words in the chat, and I hope I'll see you soon. Goodbye.